other thing I can say to the girls is this.
Spotty greetings and welcome to my beautiful, exciting, and lately drama-filled world of sports. Shout out to everyone joining me on this live stream. It's tonight in the United Kingdom. I don't know where you're watching me from. It's 22, almost 10:30 p.m. in the United Kingdom. Should be 11:26 in Nigeria. What time is it in Canada, United States of America, Australia, wherever you are in the world watching me, hearing the sound of my voice? Welcome on board. I'm proudly Austin. Yeah, on this street I talk sports, entertainment, and so much more. Shout out to everyone joining on TikTok. I see you guys. It's a rush. Let's get into it. On TikTok, I've called it Africa's dirty football politics. Yeah, straight up, that's what it is. On Facebook and YouTube, I've said Senegal, Morocco, and Africa's dirty football politics. Motsepe today told us that it's a legacy issue. And that really got me thinking, it's a legacy issue. I'll let you listen to Motsepe, and then I will get Amobi, who is a respected sports lawyer. He broke it down for me so well on television. I said, look, you know what? Let's still get our conversation going. He's also the general manager of Rangers. So tonight, because I do not like doing the talks when it's not straight up sporting action, when it's the politics, when it's law, that I leave it to those who know how to do it so well. So shout out to you wherever you are in the world watching. Welcome. Don't forget, when you get in, the first thing to do is to like the video, and then you can share it. Yes, you can. And then you can also get persons to come join the conversation. And you know what? When Amobi is done, maybe if you also want to talk about it, you can also join. Motsepe has been talking about it. This is what's up. On Tuesday, the 17th of March, 2026, you know what? The Confederation of African Football, they dropped a tornado on everyone following football in Africa. CAF said, Senegal, we have gone back to look at what happened on the final day of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. You know what? You forfeited the match. And so they stripped Senegal of the title. Unbelievable. Look, we're still wondering what happened. What was CAF thinking, They said Morocco is the new champion of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. Wow. The board decided that in application of Article 84 of the regulations of the CAF Africa Cup of Nations, AFCON, the Senegal national team declared to have forfeited the final match of the Total Energies CAF Africa Cup of Nations, AFCON Morocco 2025, which they called the match. That yes, they abandoned the match, with the result of the match being recorded as 3-0 in favor of Morocco. We've been talking about this for 48 hours now. Senegal, they've reacted. Morocco, they put out a press statement. The Confederation of African Football, they have also been talking. Motsepe is the president. Look, he said it's a legacy issue. Listen to him.
Ruling by the CAF Appeal Board concerning the appeal by Morocco relating to the AFCON Morocco 2025 final match. And I previously expressed my extreme disappointment with the incidences that took place at the final match. And the important thing of what happened on that final match is it undermines the good work that CAF has done over many, many years to ensure that, that there's integrity, that there's respect, that there's ethics, that there's governance, as well as credibility of the results of our football matches. The occurrences, those incidences at the final match of the AFCON Morocco exposes is the work that we are still dealing with concerning the suspicion and distrust. It's a legacy issue. When I became president, one of the major concerns was the impartiality, the independence, and the respect of referees and match commissioners. And a lot of good work has been done, but there continues to be suspicion because it's a legacy issue. It's something that has been there for many, many years, and we consistently deal with that because that's critically important. Another important matter that these incidences at the final match brought to the fore is the independence and the respect of our judicial bodies. In choosing the members of our judicial bodies, we followed a different path, different from what had been the case before. We invited each member association and we invited every zone, the 6 regional areas or the 6 zones in CAF, to give us names of respected judges and respected lawyers, because it is important that the decisions of our disciplinary board, the CAF Disciplinary Board, and the decisions of the CAF Appeals Board is viewed with the respect and integrity that's very important to us. So if you look at the composition of those bodies, they reflect some of the most respected lawyers and judges on the continent. And but we will still have to deal with this, with the perceptions and the concerns about the integrity. It's an ongoing issue. We are very clear at CAF that we are enormously committed to ensure that not only in terms of what we do, because we've implemented best practices. We've identified judges and lawyers from every region, from every zone, from the 54 countries in Africa, to make sure that these are people who have integrity and have a track record. And partly the independence is reflected by the decisions that were taken by the 2 bodies. The CAF Disciplinary Board took one decision. The CAF Appeals Board took a totally different position. And I'm told that Senegal is going to appeal, which is very important. Every one of the 54 nations in Africa have a right to pursue their appeals and their advance their interests, not only at the highest level in Africa, in CAF, but also the highest body, which is the CAS. And we will adhere and respect the decision that's taken at the highest level. A critical factor is that not a single country in Africa will be treated in a manner that is more preferential or more advantageous or more favorable than any other country on the African continent. We take what has happened at the final match in Morocco during the AFCON, the Total Energies CAF Morocco 2025, we take it very, very seriously. And we have already started with very important steps to make sure that those areas which have been identified as deficiencies and where there's need for improvement, that the necessary resolutions are passed. We have very high standards that we set for ourselves. It is important for us that ordinary football supporters and spectators in every one of the 54 countries in Africa, in their judgment, not in CAF's judgment, not in my judgment, regard the decisions of our judicial bodies as fair, with integrity and impartiality, and what is equally important, that they regard our referees, our VAR operators, and our match commissioners as people who are fair and just, and those decisions that are taken reflects the impartiality and independence that's critically important.
So that's it. CAF's president, Patrice Motsepe, you listen to him. He said it about 2-3 times that it's a legacy issue. And he said the best judges and lawyers in Africa came together to make that decision that Senegal, you cannot keep the trophy because you forfeited the match, and they gave it to Morocco. Amobi Ezeaku is big on sports law. He's the general manager of Rangers, but he's also big on the law. So I said, okay, since I don't like talking about these things, so they won't say, Austin said this, Austin said that. Let me bring a professional to break it down. So let's welcome Amobi Ezeaku. Amobi, good to have you on my live stream. You were with me on Channels Television, and now you're here. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I'm happy to be with you, Austin.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Amobi has got so much feathers on his cap. You see, I was struggling to even pick the word to give him. He's also a professional footballer. You need to see him playing football with his teammates at Rangers. You know, Amobi, well done for the change you guys are trying to bring to, you know, the Nigeria Premier Football League, the Flying Antelopes. That's what Rangers are called. Amobi, before we get into CAF's plenty problems, the trophy, is it coming to the cathedral this season?
I am very optimistic. We are just 1 point behind Rivers United. We won it 2024, and it will be glorious to win it again. So we are working hard, and we are praying that nature favors us.
Okay, we'll see. Just in case you're just getting into the live stream, let me get Patrice Motsepe out of here. Get out of here. In case you're just joining us, we want to talk about that big one, that bombshell that was dropped on us on Tuesday, the 17th of March, 2026, the Confederation of African Football. This is what they said. You know, they sat down. The disciplinary committee earlier had sanctioned Senegal and Morocco because of all of the drama we witnessed on the final day of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. And then Morocco took the case to the Appeals Board, and the Appeals Board decided that in application of Article 84 of the regulations of the CAF Africa Cup of Nations, they said the Senegal national team is declared to have forfeited the final match of the Africa Cup of Nations, Morocco 2025, and with the result of the match being recorded as 3-0 in favor of Morocco. Amobi, how did you take this news?
Well, I would say that the decision of CAF's Appeal Board to overturn a completed match result and award a forfeit victory raises serious legal concerns. Not just legal concerns, but also philosophical questions as to the integrity of competition. And central to this decision is the reliance on Articles 82, 83, and 84 of the AFCON Regulations. While these provisions are intended to safeguard the integrity of competitions, we feel that their application in this instance appears to have gone beyond their proper scope. And a proper understanding of these provisions reveals a structured disciplinary framework. Article 82, for instance, addresses refusal to play and abandonment. That's situations where a team's conduct renders a match incapable of being played or completed. And Article 83 concerns disruption and disorder, capturing conduct that interferes with the flow of a match without necessarily terminating it. Article 84 finally provides the sanctions, including forfeiture, but only where the factual threshold established under Article 82 is met. So this distinction is quite fundamental. Forfeiture is not a general punishment for misconduct. It is a specific remedy for matches that are not played or completed. I hope this is clear.
Yeah.
So, applying this framework to the present circumstances, the decisive fact for us is that the match was completed. At the end of extra time, a winner emerged. Senegal scored their goal after Morocco missed their penalty. So while there may be, temporary walk-off, we witnessed that in the game, but the players returned. The referee retained control, and the game proceeded to its lawful conclusion. There was no point that Morocco said they were going to continue, but they will play under protest. It never happened. I'm happy that you were there in Morocco for that game live. They never said, okay, we understand that we want to finish this match, but we are playing under protest pursuant to Articles 82, 83, 84, as the case may be. So a temporary disruption, however improper it appears, does not amount to a definitive refusal to play. So the legal threshold here is not just to trigger forfeiture. You cannot trigger forfeiture. I'm not satisfied, as much as I respect the decision of the appeals board, but it is satisfactory. A lawyer, and we owe respect to every judicial body, and we are also entitled to our opinion. And Austin, again, it's important that before you come in with a further question, that I bring to this conversation law 5 of the laws of the game. The referee is the ultimate arbiter. His decision is final. The decisions of the referee regarding facts connected with play, including whether or not a goal is scored and the result of the match, are final. So the referee has said in his report, which no one has seen, but I know that in that column where they write score away, he will definitely write Senegal 1 and Morocco 0. So where the referee elects to continue the match and brings it to completion, the result acquires a degree of finality, and that is central to the integrity of football. To subsequently overturn that result through administrative action means undermining the authority of the referee and introducing uncertainty into sports, really.
Amobi, I'm looking at IFAB Law 5 now, and it's clearly written there that it was applied by CAF, and it says the referee decisions are final. But law is very big on clauses, ifs, and semantics is the level at which meaning is derived, Amobi. And I asked you this question on TV. I will ask you again. What if the referee had orders not to end the match? What if he had said, I want to end this match because Senegal has gone out of the pitch for over 15 minutes, and, like they used to say, my Oga at the top was there. Say, do you know how much we have in TV rights for this final? Security said, for safety concerns, the fact that we break out if we end this match the way it is like this, I think it should go on. Do you think that the report of the referee will stand or determine the decision that the Court of Arbitration for Sport will give to this matter?
And that means you are saying the report of the referee should include my Oga at the top said I should conclude this match, but include that I concluded it because of so reasons. Look, the law is the law. Facts are facts. This game was watched by the whole world. They saw how it ended. So let's assume that is included in the referee's report. What you just said, I tell you that at class it will be thrown out the window because you cannot explain it. Who gave you the order? You as the referee had the authority at that point. I mean that game outside the influence of any other person, not even the president can interfere as far as that referee was concerned on that night in Morocco. So bringing this extraneous matter up to support whatever the appeals board may have decided would even mean complicating this matter the more. That means the world will say, so referees are even influenced from the outside. Do you understand? So it's going to be another issue that touches the integrity of African football.
Wow. Amobi, I know this is very tough, I struggle to find the words, but are you saying that Morocco does not have a case in this matter?
You see, the law, there are two sides to the law. It could even be three.
Or four.
CAF will have their own side, Morocco will have their own side, Senegal will have their own side, but the Court of Arbitration for Sports will ultimately make their decision. And it's important to state here that there are precedents, at the Court of Arbitration for Sports. CAS is not always in a hurry to change sporting results. They want to maintain that on-field result as much as possible. And I think that it's important that I draw a distinction between misconduct and match outcome. Even for instance, let me go back again to the articles. Even where conduct falls within the scope of Articles 82 or 83, the appropriate response lies in disciplinary sanctions, such as fines or suspensions. Remember, the coach of Senegal was fined. Proportionate, I agree, proportionate. But extending such provisions to justify the forfeiture of a completed match introduces a disproportionate consequence, which exceeds their intended function. So again, when you look at CAS proceedings from time immemorial, there is what they call the principle of proportionality. And the principle of proportionality, consistently applied in sports jurisprudence, requires that sanctions bear a reasonable relationship to the offense. A temporary protest cannot reasonably justify the loss of a continental title. I do not agree. And this approach finds support in the jurisprudence of CAS. There are many instances where it has been held. So CAF, as much as I listened to when you played the interview of the CAF president, I respect Mr. Dr. Patrice Motsepe. He's a man I look to. But the disciplinary committee held in favor of Senegal, I hope you know. I would have listened.
But they also gave sanctions to Senegal, remember?
But they did not announce a forfeiture.
The appeals board is bigger.
Proportionate. And that's what we are talking, that's what we are saying about proportionality. So I think that the point made by the CAF president when he said he will be happy to see this matter at the highest level shows that Dr. Patrice wants to also preserve the integrity of the game. You know, he wants to see what the Court of Arbitration for Sports will do. I think that the broader implications of upholding CAF's decision would be profound, if you ask me. If completed match results can be revisited and overturned based on a post-match administrative assessment of conduct, the certainty and finality of football competitions will be undermined. So, Austin, I think that we must be very, very careful. We must not shift the locus of competition from the pitch to the courtroom, encouraging dispute and diminishing confidence in the sports governance structure. Ultimately, I feel that the integrity of football depends on maintaining a very clear boundary between discipline and competition. Governing bodies like CAF must retain the authority to sanction misconduct, but that authority should not extend to rewriting results that have been legitimately determined by the supervision of the referee.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I like this comment. It says Senegal is AFCON champion. Morocco is CAF champion. But Amobi, people have been quoting what happened between Esperance and Wydad Casablanca. Can that come into this conversation?
When you look at the Esperance and the Wydad Casablanca case, it's a case that allowed the Court of Arbitration for Sports to speak about clearly the finality of a referee's decision. In 2019, when CAS held that matter, CAS 2019/A/6483, Wydad Athletic Club against Confederation of African Football and Esperance. While that decision ultimately upheld the CAF Appeals Board finding in forfeiture, it exposed important doctrinal limitations that support a more critical view of such outcomes. And notably in that case, Austin, the case underscored that a finding of abandonment is not merely mechanical, but must be grounded in clear and unequivocal conduct, and was ideally preceded by a direct and unconditional instruction from the referee. And that is an element that remains central in the jurisprudence of the Court of Arbitration for Sports. In other words, there must be an unconditional instruction by the referee: come back to conclude your game, or I will call this game off. It never happened in Morocco. So that case of Wydad Athletic versus CAF and Esperance, decided in 2019, goes to say that the referee's on-field decision must be preserved, must be protected, remains final in the sense of real finality. Yes.
Wow. Amobi. So you've been quoting the real law. CAF quoted their articles, which is, let me understand which is stronger. They said the referee's decision is final, and that one is an IFAB law. CAF says Article 82, 83, and 84, Senegal, you didn't respect our rules and regulations. Where does it come? Which is superior?
Look, when you look at the ecosystem of sports, you will see football federations at the various levels. let me take Africa, for instance. Let me use Nigeria. You see the NFF, you see CAF, you will see FIFA, right?
Mm-hmm.
The IFAB is on that level, is a body of law that regulates world football. And then we are looking at a regulation that regulates continental football. I think that with my primary knowledge of law, when you talk of which will prevail, I feel that the IFAB will prevail. I may be wrong, but we will now leave this to the Court of Arbitration for Sports to decide. I know that when the chiefs are down, there will be that juxtaposition as to which law would prevail. And in my opinion, I feel that the IFAB will be considered strongly, because the IFAB regulates both what happens in CAF, in UEFA, CONMEBOL, name it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amobi, how embarrassing is this for Africa's football?
I won't say it's embarrassing. I would say it's educational. It's educative. I will say that it creates
angle. I like this angle.
For us to test the provisions of the regulations of the law. It creates an avenue for us to throw more light into the structure of football law, into the structure of sports law, the composition of judicial bodies. I'm not looking at it from the angle of embarrassment. Before the Court of Arbitration for Sports, for instance, got the integrity that it enjoys, before even big bodies like FIFA, like even CAF, got to where they are with the level of integrity and respect they enjoy. Events like this must happen. You have to critically test some of these issues over and over again. Some people will look at it from the angle of embarrassment, but I see it from an angle of trying to strengthen our institutions, trying to tighten our laws, to make sure that our regulations are very well done. Because again, when you look at the articles quoted by CAF, you will find that there seems to be a lacuna in Article 82.
Tell me about it.
So when you look at Article 82, it created loopholes with respect to what can actually amount to walking off the pitch, for instance. It created a lot of loopholes in that light. It created loopholes with respect to, for instance, where a team in Article 82, it states that where a team leaves the playing ground without the referee's authorization. When you consult some sports dictionaries, a football team must be made up of 11 players, right?
Yeah.
In the instant case, 9 out of 11 Senegalese players left the pitch. Can it be said that the Senegalese team left the pitch? So we must.
But that same article says refuses to play. Refuses to play. So they even if it was only 3 Senegalese players that left Amobi, they refused to play. So that's also might be what the appeal board considered.
Yes, but the question that would be asked, was the game concluded naturally? You understand? That's a very germane question. The game was concluded. And, we've not even brought the issue of timing. Was the delay over 15 minutes? You were there.
Yes, it was. I was at the stadium. It was over 15 minutes.
These are also...
It was about 17, 18 minutes.
Yeah, these are also issues that that could be raised. And while even raising the issue of, if you now say it's 17 minutes, for instance, Austin, and the law says 15 minutes, do you know that Senegal can also argue that the additional 2 or 3 minutes that culminated to 17 minutes were because the stewards were trying to control the fans who wanted to intrude.
And those fans are Senegalese fans, Amobi.
How sure are you?
I was at the stadium. It was the Senegalese supporters.
If they are Senegalese supporters, do you also know that the regulation provides that host nations must provide adequate security to ensure that games are watched and enjoyed by spectators without interruption? So
this
the matter complex.
This is too deep. This is deep, but I listened to Patrice Motsepe. You listened to him too. Yes. He's telling us that, look, that it's a legacy issue. He's saying that these are deep problems in CAF, and you've just said that this is good for educational purposes, that it can open up reforms. But don't you think this can actually take Africa's football backwards?
No, I don't think so. People are airing their views. People are stating their reasoned opinions. People are becoming more interested in African football. I tell you, Austin, that the CAF will be very, very thorough when it's time for the composition of their judicial bodies.
I see.
They will be very, very thorough in making so many other decisions that they will make. Look, I am a son of the African soil. I do not look at this from a negative light, from a negative point of view. I look at this from the progressive point of view, a point of view that says if in future these issues arise, within 5 minutes we know the outcome, because the law must have been strengthened and the loopholes must have been amended. So I don't think, if you look at it from that negative angle, that means you've not elevated your thought flow when it comes to the advancement of the world and the advancement of the African continent.
Amobi, if I let you go, speaking as you now, not quoting me law and the rest, what you saw, who should keep the AFCON 2025 trophy?
Congratulations, Senegal.
Amobi, thank you so much for your time on the show tonight. It's always a delight. Best wishes to Rangers. It's going to be a fight between you guys, Rivers United, and maybe Ikorodu City. And have your Warriors too, you know?
Yes. Even Shooting Stars, Nasarawa United. These are very big clubs. Rangers is just a tiny dot in the equation.
We'll see. Amobi, thank you so much. I appreciate your time tonight. Go get some rest. I told you on TV, let me tell you again now, until we hear from CAS, when I call you, please answer. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. So Amobi Ezeaku is a sports lawyer. He's the general manager of Rangers International Football Club of Enugu, if you follow the Nigeria Premier Football League. And he plays good football too, you know. So Amobi has just been trying to help me break down this Senegal, Morocco, CAF brouhaha that came upon us on Tuesday. How have you guys been taking, this situation? You listen to Amobi say, look, it's not embarrassing, it's not shameful. Africa can actually benefit from this. CAF can use this to strengthen its judicial, system. But look, I've said it straight forward. This is dirty politics at play, It's dirty politics. And just in case you didn't listen to Patrice Motsepe before I brought on Amobi, listen to him again for 2 minutes. Listen to him for 2 minutes. And let's break down everything he talked about as regards this issue, because it's important. Patrice Motsepe is the president, Confederation of African Football. Listen to him.
By the CAF Appeal Board concerning the appeal by Morocco relating to the AFCON Morocco 2025 final match. And I previously expressed my extreme disappointment with the incidences that took place at the final match. And the important thing of what happened on that final match is it undermines the good work that CAF has done over many, many years to ensure that that there's integrity, that there's respect, that there's ethics, that there's governance, as well as credibility of the results of our football matches. The occurrences, those incidences at the final match of the AFCON Morocco exposes is the work that we are still dealing with concerning the suspicion and distrust. It's a legacy issue. When I became president, one of the major concerns was the impartiality, the independence, and the respect of referees and match commissioners. And a lot of good work has been done, but there continues to be suspicion because it's a legacy issue. It's something that has been there for many, many years, and we consistently deal with that because that's critically important. Another important matter that...
Let me stop you there. Now you can see where I got my headline. It's a legacy issue. It's a legacy issue. He said it 2 times clearly under 2 minutes. The occurrences and incidences at the final match of the AFCON Morocco exposed the work that was still dealing with concerning suspicion and distrust. It's a legacy issue. It's a legacy issue. Africa, think. He said, when I became president, one of the major concerns was the impartiality, independence, and respect of referees and match commissioners. A lot of good work has been done, but there continues to be suspicion because it's a legacy issue. Because it's a legacy issue. Guys, this is deeper than what we think it is. There's something deep going on with football in Africa that we don't know about. And that's why when this happened, you could tell it looked like it was orchestrated. I know a lot of people called out Morocco during the Africa Cup of Nations. Oh, Morocco, why the obvious bias? Oh, Morocco did this. How come CAF didn't say anything? Morocco this, Morocco. Why won't people suspect? Why won't people question the good work that Patrice Motsepe is talking about? Because it's obvious. It's there to see that it's all dirty politics. And so no matter what Patrice Motsepe is doing to get the goodwill of the people, some persons already know that this is deeper than what we even think it is. And now it is right in our faces. Guys, what do you think? I've got it straightforward. I was asking a question before. Is it dirty? Dirty football politics? But with everything that has come out, listening to Patrice Motsepe, he shouldn't have made that video. Made everything worse. I thought he was speaking in tongues, was speaking in parables, grasping at straws. He wasn't saying anything straightforward, and that's just politics. Anyway, that's what's up. You know the story. On Tuesday, the Confederation of African Football, they dropped that story. Some persons were already getting ready to go to sleep. And CAF said, Senegal, you are no more champions of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. It's now Morocco. Why? Senegal, you forfeited the match. Yes, the final match in Rabat. CAF said Senegal, CAF Appeal Board said Senegal, you forfeited that match. And so we have given the title to Morocco. Wow. Ouch. That has generated loads of reaction. It was a strong action. People needed to react to it, and people are still reacting to it. And one entity that we were waiting to really react to it was Senegal. And they came out strong. That's the press release from Senegal. And by the way, Senegal, they've said it clearly that we're going to CAS. We're going to contest it. The government of Senegal, they've been so strong with their words to the Confederation of African Football. In fact, they have said, don't even try to do any ceremony for Morocco. Don't do it. Don't even give them no trophy. The Senegalese Football Federation, FSF, that was yesterday, they have taken note of the notification of the decision rendered on March 17, 2026 by the Appeals Board of the Confederation of African Football, CAF, in case DC 23316. This procedure follows the complaint filed during March number 52 of the Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations AFCON Morocco 2025 between Senegal and Morocco. By this decision, the CAF Appeals Board declared the appeal of the Royal Moroccan Football Federation, FRMF, admissible and accepted it. In doing so, the body overturned the decision that had been rendered by the CAF Disciplinary Board on the grounds that the appellant's rights to be heard had not been respected during the initial proceedings. This is the statement from Senegal. They went on to say the appeals committee also determined that the conduct of the Senegal team fell under Articles 82 and 84 of the Africa Cup of Nations Regulations. Consequently, CAF declared that the FSF had violated Article 82 and awarded the match by forfeit to Senegal, with a recorded score of 3-0 in favor of the FRMF pursuant to Article 84. The statement went on to say the Senegalese Football Federation denounces this unfair, unprecedented, and unacceptable decision which discredits African football. To defend its rights and the interests of Senegalese football, the Federation will initiate an appeal as soon as possible before the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, in Lausanne. The FSF reaffirms its unwavering commitment to the values of integrity and sporting justice and will keep the public informed of developments in this matter. That's from Senegalese Football Federation. Straightforward. And I like that line that says that they denounced this unfair, unprecedented, and unacceptable decision which discredits Africa's football. Bro, we are going into a long journey with this matter. It's going to be long. It is going to be long. So you've listened to CAF president and CAF's position. It all started with the CAF Appeal Board and their decision to strip Senegal of the title and give it to Morocco. Patrice Motsepe has reacted. We've seen the press statement from Senegal. Morocco should say something. Let's see what Morocco is saying about it. Just because they write in Arabic, so you know the English used to go like this. So let me see if I can get a second one. Yeah, let me see if I can read it straight up from my phone here. Why you guys just feed on that? So Morocco had something to say finally. So we'll just touch all sides, and then we'll get on with the matter. And you guys know I like bringing you into the conversation, so I'm going to read your messages, and then I will get you guys to, say one or two things if you have something to say as regards this matter. I just want to read the statement from the Moroccan Football Association, Moroccan Football Federation, because this one is looking for me to read. Let me just see if I can bring up the real one. Shout out to everyone watching. Welcome to my live stream. I see all of you on TikTok. Thank you so much. Oge Chukwuosi, I miss you. I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for the likes. Thank you so much. TikTok guys, let's keep the likes going so they don't take us out. AB, I see you. Supra, I see you. Wara Lebi, I see you. We're just talking about Africa's football and how we can change it and why this dirty politics is destroying the good work that Patrice Motsepe talked about. Shout out to the guys on Facebook and YouTube. I see you guys. Always a delight to see some of you guys. When you just see me online, you jump up and then you give support to the channel. I appreciate it. We're going strong on YouTube. 15,000 subscribers now. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, that's the first thing I want you to do. Please subscribe to the channel. Let's build a community. Right here is sports, entertainment, and so much more. You're not going to regret it. Come on, it's Austin. When you come here, you're going to have fun. I just want to read what the Moroccan Football Federation put out. So that's it. Let's go. Statement from the Royal Moroccan Football Federation. After receiving the decision of the Appeals Committee of the Confederation of African Football, the Moroccan Football Federation announces its welcome and appreciation of what this decision contains. What does he expect? Which reinforces respect for the laws and ensures the stability necessary for the smooth running of international competitions. Since the outbreak of the events that took place during the match between the national team and its Senegalese counterparts, which led to its suspension, the Royal Moroccan Football Federation has emphasized its keenness to express its position and its continued insistence on its demand for the firm application of the laws regulating the competition, as the aim of this step was not to challenge the sporting performance, but was limited to demanding respect for the laws and ensuring the integrity and fairness of the competition. Following the decision of the Disciplinary Committee of the Confederation of African Football, which the Royal Moroccan Football Federation had previously appealed, CAF acknowledged that the applicable and universally enforceable rules had not been respected. The Royal Moroccan Football Federation has always been committed to adhering to the regulations governing the resolution of competition-related disputes within the applicable legal framework. It has submitted its observations, participated in all hearings to which it was invited, and consistently strived to ensure respect for its rights and the rules that guarantee the proper and fair conduct of competitions. Walk with me, the Moroccan Football Federation they're talking. Perhaps this decision will help clarify the rules and regulations applicable in similar cases and will also enhance the credibility and organization of African football. English. The Royal Moroccan Football Federation affirms that it will continue to demand the strict and fair application of the laws governing all competitions in which it participates before continental and international bodies, and it looks forward with confidence to the upcoming sporting events, most notably the World Cup and the Women's Africa Cup of Nations next summer. The Women's Africa Cup of Nations that Morocco was supposed to host, though. Let's end this statement. Finally, the Royal Moroccan Football Federation expresses its appreciation to all the teams that participated in the Africa Cup of Nations held in Morocco, which marked a significant moment in the history of African football. So that's the statement from Morocco. I like it. In the spirit of fair play, they gave the outside side of the story, and they sound good because the judgment was in their favor. So guys, I had to bring in Amobi, who understands the law, to say, what is this that we're really, fighting, doing? What is the need for Africa? Is this going to take our football backwards? But I believe that it's shameful, it's embarrassing. The Confederation of African Football should hide its face in shame, because under them, I think before the AFCON, till this judgment from the Appeal Board, CAF has been on an all-time low. When Morocco was doing the things they were doing at the AFCON, CAF needed to nip it. CAF, you encouraged it. CAF allowed it to continue. When it happened against, I think it was Tanzania, people talked, nothing from CAF. When Nigeria played Morocco in the semi-finals, the whole towel issue and all of that, the least you can do right after every match, just hold a press conference. The media is on ground. Some of us think they talk to us for the final. No. address issues. Public relations does not solve problems. It avoids problems. But no, CAF didn't. And now, this is it. We are where we are now, unfortunately. So yeah, Senegal said they are going to CAF. Morocco, they have been dancing. I've called some of them. Oh, they are happy, singing, rejoicing. They really believe they were supposed to win that final match, and that because of the trouble that Senegal created and all of the, shenanigans that happened with that final, it's part of what affected their team. That's why they didn't go on to win it. They should have won it, blah, 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 and all of that. It's all good. But I was there at the stadium when Senegal was crowned champions. And that's what everybody is saying. The referee's decision is final, that the appeal board does not have the power to overturn the decision of the referee. And we've quoted IFAB Law 5 that speaks about the supremacy of the referee who holds the final decision. But hey, Senegal did something wrong, and it contravenes the laws of the Confederation of African Football rules and regulations for competitions. We've quoted Article 82, 83, and 84. So that's law for you. You see why, even when Amobi was speaking, he said there was a lacuna in Article 82, this, that. I do not want to do all of that. I just want to report. But hey, someone was saying, they can't take away these emotions. I was right there. Senegal, they rejoiced. They took the trophy. They lifted it. They were happy. Sadio Mane was over the moon. Second AFCON title, just as someone said, that Morocco is CAF champion. We'll wait to see what will come out of this when they go to CAF, but it's just a shame that this could have been avoided, big shame on the Confederation of African Football for allowing this to happen under their watch. It's such a shame. Just hope that there'll be lessons in it for Africa, and we'll see ways to avoid this. So when the West come at us, laugh at us, when they say, oh, their football is a joke, when clubs say we can't believe that we are releasing our players who are paying so much to go and play that weak dead tournament, we fight. But hey, see our leadership messing us up big time, so it's disappointing. It's sad. So we'll continue to talk about this. Unfortunately, it's not going away anytime soon, and when the case gets to CAF, we'll give them time to talk about it. But now I'm hearing Morocco is ready to host the AFCON. Surprise, surprise. Suddenly, they now want to host the AFCON, But shame on CAF, whatever it is, what sort of romance they've had with Morocco that's making Morocco so entitled, that is making Morocco give CAF a very bad neck choke. CAF must find a way to initiate its release and be transparent and be responsible and treat Africa's football with the utmost respect that it deserves, Yeah. So let me go see what you guys are saying. And if you want to be part of it, let me know. Just say, I want to talk about this. Particularly if you understand the law. Say, Austin, I want to talk about this, and I'm going to bring you on. Let's just share knowledge, and learn this together. Let me see this comments. Thank you, everyone. If you're just joining, I'm your boy, Proudly Austin, on the streets. I try to do things for the love of the game. So if you come in here, you're going to have fun. You're going to be, learn something, exchange knowledge. Sometimes I can throw jams, but we do everything here for the love of the game. I call it the fun factory. If you know me, I'm a bias for sports, I try to be engaging, interesting, and put out some authentic information. I'm not after the likes or the follows. I just want to build a community where we are doing responsible information gathering, processing, and dissemination. So shout out, welcome wherever you are in the world watching me. I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok, follow me on Facebook. I'm trying to get back my Instagram. My Instagram, I lost it because of copyright infringement. I've opened a backup page, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Proudly Austin Backup. I'm trying to build it also, but for now, we can rock and roll on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Let's go. Abdul 120379. The referee declared earlier that he was giving orders to resume and not give cards to Senegalese players after walking off. Interesting angle. Interesting angle. We'll see. Ogechukwu Yelude, I see you here, Austin. Good to see you. I see you too. Welcome, Oge. It's been a long time. Adeyemi Oluwasonya David. About Nigeria's case with DR Congo, the case might have favored Nigeria had been the NFF followed the due process. NFF incompetence cost us the World Cup from the onset till now, but let's wait for CAF's decision. What's going to happen at CAF? What's going to happen at CAF? It's the same NFF. It's the same old Nigeria Football Federation. Shout out to the guys on TikTok. Send me a message. Let me read from my guys on TikTok. I'm coming. Let me read from my guys on TikTok. I see the love. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the follow. I've seen interesting comments here. No, I'm not going to read them yet. Okay. Shout out to everyone joining. I appreciate TikTok. Don't forget when you get into it, let's pump it up with the likes, just so we don't lose the live stream. Let's go back to YouTube and Facebook. Shout out to the guys on Facebook also. So much love you guys are showing. I appreciate. Adeyemi went on to say, I'm watching from Kogi State, Nigeria. Oh, nice. I've been to Lokoja just twice. Yeah. Adeyemi, we should not be surprised if CAF overturns the DR Congo results even after they might have qualified for the World Cup. And then what happens to Morocco, to Cameroon and Sudan? Nigeria, leave that DR Congo matter. It's dead on arrival. Charles, CAF and politics. I told you, Charles, I always used to tell you guys, it's all politics. Tower TV, did you think of the image of African football? Motsepe screwed all the matches in favor of Morocco. That's a valid point. Austin, I have to give you credit. That's from Charles. I remember you saying Nigeria should expect a controversial decision. You guys are not talk. Listen. I don't say for this game no be today. I talk you guys should listen. Okay, Chikoso Yelude. This is just shameful by CAF. Yeah, okay, I see you. On TikTok, yeah, my DR Congo people, welcome. Rodan, aka, don't worry, guys. Don't worry, you guys will qualify 2030 World Cup. Why can't we qualify for this one? Rodan, I see your DR Congo flag. You have the boxing gloves. Second, let's fight. Yeah, but it's same old Nigeria. Unfortunately, when we didn't qualify for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, lessons learned. We will wake up. We will do this. And then we got a draw. Yeah, a very easy draw. We had Lesotho, Zimbabwe, Rwanda, South Africa, our wife, our beautiful bride, South Africa, and Benin Republic. And Nigeria couldn't get 20 points of that group. We couldn't make 20 points. For a team that didn't qualify for the World Cup, your body supposed to be vexed. We didn't get 20 points. We didn't beat Lesotho first match. We didn't beat Zimbabwe home and away. Now we're ready to go to the World Cup. We weren't ready. Yeah, that's why I'm not surprised. Adeyemi Oluwasonya. Nigeria, we will still qualify for World Cup. Hope they, with what happened from Morocco and Senegal case, there's still what happened in Morocco. Just everybody saying that the CAF Appeal Board, they're just messing themselves up. Abdul, the referee allowed match resume without giving yellow cards, which would have resulted in 2 red cards. I think the referee needed to save the game. He needed to save the moment. I was right there in the stadium. Guys, I tell you, you guys, the violence you saw on TV is 2% of what we saw live in the stadium. The way the Senegalese supporters took, I was ashamed. I don't even want to play that video. I'm purposely keeping away from all those videos because it's not good for Africa. I don't want the algorithm to start calling out because bad news spreads so fast. Kicking stewards getting injured, throwing chairs, throwing bars. It was embarrassing. It was a shameful sight. If you think about it, it was the final. It's a big final, arguably the biggest AFCON final ever. Over 85,000 persons at that Prince Moulay Abdullah Stadium, and they were all Moroccans. So imagine Morocco with the numbers, and he decided to cause trouble like Senegal. My brothers and sisters, Africa, it's not what we're saying that we're saying now. Bodies will drop. It would have been chaotic. So that's why I'm even saying well done, Morocco, for at least just even being the bigger person. Because it was unnecessary. Senegal, they took the laws into their hands. Referees make mistakes. A referee can make a wrong decision. Even with VAR, we still complain with VAR. Why do you guys decide to cause trouble? Coach Papetel told his players to leave the pitch. Why? That's unprofessional. Who says that as soon as, let's even say Brahim Diaz steps up and scores the penalty, who says that Senegal cannot just go and start again, boom, and score? Haven't we seen it in football? So I think what they want to do is just teach persons lessons. You cannot come here and embarrass the continent. You can't do this. You can take laws into your hands. It's wrong. No, don't. That I will not support Senegal. Anybody else say what they want to say it. You took laws into their hands. Yes, we have all complained, oh, they are biased, they are this, but you cannot bring the game to disrepute. On the final day, with a global audience, the biggest audience ever in the history of the AFCON, you guys chose to mess it up that way. Now, when Brahim Diaz missed the penalty, problem no come there again. Stadium was now calm. Their supporters back to their seats. Okay, the moment they scored, let's say Morocco now did the same thing, and they have the numbers. Morocco now decides to cause problem. What will we be saying? So that I agree. So they just want, yes, Pharaoh, I see you on TikTok. The FIFA president was right in the stadium. It's embarrassing. That's why guys brace up. All these ones that people are speaking English, guys brace up, because the law is funny. 6 on Austin's side, 9 on Ayos' side. And then the law will bring balance. Patrice Motsepe was in that stadium. And remember, he put out a statement expressing his disappointment. So all this English who are speaking, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I agree referee's decision is final. But Senegal messed up. And that's it. They were disgraceful with that behavior. Sad, man. Sad. TikTok, I see you guys. Thank you. They did the same thing. Zone de Lumiere. They did the same thing at Nigeria, Ghana 2000 versus Nigeria. Who did? I don't understand. What's the context? Who did? Anyway, TikTok, please, let's get the likes. Let's get the likes going. Thank you so much to everyone joining. Let's get on. Yeah. Charles Austin, please, where did Italy lodge in England for Euros 2020? Because I don't know why other teams are forced to train on Morocco home ground except Senegal. Charles, I don't understand. Where did Italy lodge? We're forced to train on Morocco home ground except Senegal. Senegal protested. Senegal said they were not going to train in that stadium. That stadium had CCTV cameras and all. And they didn't train there. They protested. So this is what I'm saying, that CAF did not show leadership. Before that final match, the atmosphere was already tensed. So much was already going on. CAF would have just be on ground, make sure that now there shouldn't be any, I don't know how to explain it. But CAF just messed up. They messed up. They were so poor. They were shallow. I think they were overwhelmed. And again, Morocco was their new bride. So I think they were just like, oh no, Morocco, they've done enough. They rescued CAF too much. Oh, maybe they deserve to also win the AFCON title because they have invested so much. But they were making money from it. It's not free now. Morocco was making money. See the number of persons that came into the country. Tourism. They made money. They made money in almost all the sectors. So tickets. Stadium was always filled up when they were playing. So CAF was the only person that would have just shown leadership, say, hey guys, this is a final. We have a global audience. The FIFA president is here. The world is watching. We've got the Western media already saying that this AFCON is a joke. Let everybody be of good behavior. Referee, please, just make sure you are professional. Fans, speak to yourselves. We don't want issues. We don't want problems. No. Now we are where we are. Sad. Sad. Shout out to everyone joining. I appreciate. Let's keep the conversation going. It's all about football development in Africa, and what has happened with the Appeals Board decision. It's a clear testament that there's a dirty politics with Africa's football. And look, whether we like it or not, we have to just keep talking about it because this is our football, you know. It's our football. Austin, the referee decision is superior because it cuts the shot on the pitch of play, and every decision starts and ends with the referee. Amobi has given a well-rounded analysis regarding this issue. My brother, it's in the eye of the law. Anything can happen. And they will give you the reasons why. They will call it provisions. That this, haven't you seen situations? Oh, I'm talking, take the life of somebody, we murder somebody, get a good lawyer, and he will go free. Haven't you seen it, Oga Joko? Haven't you seen it? The law can be funny. It can be funny. So everybody just say, oh, referee decision is fine, blah, blah, blah. As I said, we don't know what the referee has got in his report. When I don't go whine FIFA, you guys just brace up for any shocker. You guys, I don't just want to say some things that I know. Don't go whine FIFA. Gianni Infantino was right there. So this is not matter of he was there. Oh my God, you guys even just know the power of influence. You don't know. Rabbi, I see your comment used in French. I think you're from Senegal. How am I going to interpret this now? Who can help me interpret what Rabbi is saying? If you can interpret it, just put it back in the comment section and then I'm going to read it. I know that's a Senegalese comment and I want to take it just for balance. Thank you so much, Rabbi, for your time. Charles, he should go rest. That was how they made Nigeria play South Africa on rice farm. I know, too much politics. Let Nigeria, Cameroon, and Ghana have advanced training center. But they won't. You see, this is the problem I have with West Africa. West Africa need to wake up from this myopic mindset that they have. They have very cheap, dirty, senseless competition going on. Look at North Africa. If Egypt is winning, Tunisia wants to know how so that they can replicate. Morocco wants to know how so that they can do the same. Same with Algeria, even Libya. That's why that region, they are big on regional development. West Africa is Francophone versus Anglophone fight all the time. They don't like themselves. Even inside the CAF there, they know that they are divided. No love. That's why you can't see any good development across West African countries. Charles, they took us to rice farm in South Africa. But do you know if Lagos had good stadiums, Benin Republic would have played in Lagos. It's just 30 minutes drive. Benin Republic will gladly be in Lagos. But there's no regional development. What's infrastructure development like in Ghana? Togo, Benin Republic, they don't even have a stadium to play on their own. The entire Nigeria, as big as we are, giants of Africa, this one, only one good stadium. And that stadium is living on borrowed life to still even pass CAF standards. It's disappointing, it's a shame. But you see these North Africans? That is why when Gaten Mackenzie had to say what he said, I liked it. He said, look, we are not like those other countries that don't have stadiums to host. To Morocco, if you don't want to host the WAFCON, say South Africa will host it because we have infrastructure. Big time with in full chest. Can Nigeria say that? Can Ghana say that? Can Cameroon say that? Can Cote d'Ivoire say that? West Africa must wake up. They don't have which advanced training center. I won't give them, even if they build it and use it as rackets, they will never. Maintenance will be ignored. and it will die. Give it 5 years, that training center will die. It's a shame. Salekja is fighting for the interest of Morocco, of course, because they know what they have put in their football. I like this Morocco. You guys should calm down. I just saw Gusto wrong. Who is telling you that Gusto is running for second term? Just don't bother yourself. Gusto has a poor leadership skill. How can you be fighting your players? You can't even protect your players. You lie on TV and give what you don't have, bro. Adeyemi Oluwasonya, please let's shut down NFF. All of them with the glass house be farmers and not having football. I see you, Yusuf. Hi, how are you? This is a lesson to Nigeria to invest in your sports economy. You have 200 million people, you would make money. No, they don't see sports as that avenue. They don't see sports. Sports is please leisure. You know, it's leisure to them. They won't make money from it, so they're not gonna invest in it. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Yusuf, thank God for justice. Are you a Moroccan? So I'm still waiting. If you want to be part of it, just say I want to come up. I just want to get one or two persons to talk about this, and then we will wrap it up. CAF also messed up. CAF is the biggest mess in this situation. We should not blame Senegal alone. No. Senegal had to travel with lift, and there's legs to tell before the final. CAF messed up. Look at what they did to Nigeria. Allowed Super Eagles to travel, I think 3 hours from Fez by road. I think from Fez to, is it Marrakesh or Casablanca, one of them. 3 hours 30 minutes travel by road. They finished playing Algeria and Marrakesh, told them to go back to Fez. Africa, who do us? Austin, I agree with 100%. Senegal messed up the game, but CAF should wake and show proper leadership and professionalism. Absolutely. Austin is Gusto running for second term. Of course. It's getting ready. It's campaigning. Adeyemi, North Africa is growing bigger in terms of sport. They have vision for sport. Shame on West Africa. Please, are they increasing the states? That's the only way. Penny accused Infantino to put Gusto there. Yes, that's the plan. They will increase them. They will amend the statutes to get more people to vote. I know the last time they had proposed 101, but they said no, it's too much. So they are thinking of cutting it down to 85 or 80. So that's where we are now. But they have to call for Congress, and they haven't called for Congress. So, they know what they do. So yeah, I don't know. But what can we do? Anyway, shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. I'm just going to post the link. If you want to come on, I'll be here for 10 more minutes. Then I'll wrap it. Anthony Panache, even when you tell them how much they can make in sport, there's no interest. Absolutely. They are not interested. It's oil, politics. And even the sports that we're even trying to make, viable, it's still the state governments now that run most of it. And they run it for propaganda, and they run it for excessive use. So that God will really help us. This is the same sport that has given us international relevance back in the day. In fact, let me tell you, before Nigeria gained independence in 1960, we already had world boxing champions. I'm not saying Africa, world. Dikietu Tiger and Hogan Kibasi were world champions before we had independence, before we were called Nigeria. That's how blessed we were. The federal government colleges were so big with athletics. We were big with cricket. We killed all of it. We're not interested. Killed everything. And face oil. Sad. Yeah. Let's just see how things unfold. I don't know why FIFA held our petition for 3.5 months and returned and claimed that we did not meet any deadline. They didn't claim. I don't just want to do that DR Congo, NFF, and FIFA talk on this CAF Senegal and Morocco talk. So maybe tomorrow, Charles, I will explain. NFF did not even pay the 1,000 Swiss francs fee so that their petition can be entertained. The rule states that I did a show, Charles. I don't know whether you left. I explained everything. I brought out the rule. The rule states that if you are contesting anything in a match, 2 hours after the match, you should inform the match commissioner. And then 24 hours later, you put a proper petition. The match was played on the 16th of November. The NFF dropped their petition to FIFA on the 28th and did not pay the fee. Who the people you think they will now jump and entertain you? God help us. Anyway. So we'll wait to see the next step. Senegal, they've said that they will continue to let us know the developments, but they are guarding their trophy. The government, they are putting out words out there saying that CAF is corrupt, that CAF knows what they're doing, that nobody is going to strip them of their title, this and this, that and that. You see, it's a big project. I keep telling people, football is a massive project. Don't see it like it's just one. Do you know how much Senegal even invested to send their team to the AFCON? It's a massive project. So when people misbehave, I wonder, CAF just got up and postponed the AFCON. Countries have prepared, countries have programs, clubs also have programs. They have programs. You just destroy everybody's plan because of incompetence. It's heartbreaking, you know. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, shout out to you guys for, engaging with me tonight on this live stream. I just want to put some perspective to this CAF, Morocco, and Senegal issue. So I got Barrister Amobi, who is big with football laws, to explain those articles and then look at the laws that can actually work or, determine what the outcome will be when the case goes to CAS, and I hope I've been able to put some knowledge out there. You guys are now well informed. Just feed this dirty football politics. Is that what's going on? Tell me, guys, is this just dirty football politics? Because that's how I see it. I just feel that CAF's politics, terrible politics that they've been playing, has just come back to haunt them badly. When Motsepe came and it was big on, driving a business environment for sports, ensuring that, governments, countries in Africa, jump into making football a proper business, CAF needs to support. It was okay. It was okay. If Morocco is saying, oh, we can host the AFCON, we can, it's fine. Don't get into bed with them. Don't show leadership. Let there be transparency, accountability. This is the major problem we have in Africa. So sad. So yeah, I think I should go. Yeah, I think I should leave now. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd like to see you here. We have about 15,100 subscribers now. Thank you guys. I can't even believe the rate at which we're growing. So that's why I feel you guys must be hearing from me regularly. I know I've not been big with my commentaries these days. I find it so difficult editing videos. So I'd rather just come live and just talk to you guys. But the kind of live I also do, I just don't want to come and give you a dry talk. I want you to listen to the major players. I want you to see pictures. I want you to see videos. If I can bring sources, I'll bring them, So countdown to the NFF elections. I'll try and see if I can be bringing some of the, individuals, going for the presidency, speak on this platform, and I just put out some information out there for you that you can use. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, before I go, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. It's very important. On TikTok, thank you so much. I see you guys. I'm still looking for ways I can link this TikTok to this live stream platform so I can do everything at a go. Shout out to everyone on Facebook. If you're not following me on Facebook, I think you should. I drop a lot of videos on Facebook. And I also need to find a way to link my ex to this also. It's a lot of work, this content creation thing. But we'll see. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to put together a team, and see how we can be consistent and try. But you have to support. Guys, you need to support. So when you come, you like, you engage. I see sometimes you guys give super chats. I appreciate. So we have to support and build this ministry together because we can actually start a small movement for sports development in Nigeria. We just need to own it because I see everything that they do in England since I've lived here for 5 years. It's all community ownership. The people, they show interest, they follow their football, they own it. So remember when UEFA wanted when they wanted to do that Super League or something, the people came out, came out. So it's our football. We're not going to let it. And then it died just like that because they came out to show that it's theirs. Woo, Charles, thank you so much. Charles has just led the way. This is what we're talking about. This is the sort of messages that I like to see. when I see super sticker, I know that yes, people are watching me and they're supporting me. Thank you so much, Charles. I appreciate you every time you come on, you contribute to the live stream, you like, you comment. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Guys, let's wrap it up. What do you think? Football in Africa, what's the way out of it? Senegal, Morocco, and Africa's dirty politics. Patrice Motsepe said it's a legacy issue. That's what he said. You listen to him. He said it's a legacy issue, that it's messing up all the work that they are doing. But Patrice Motsepe is forgetting that he's the president of the Confederation of African Football. And if that's a problem, you must fix it. That's what leadership does. Because everything, I repeat, everything rises and falls on leadership. So that's a problem that he has identified. It's good that you have identified. The next step is to solve it. You must solve the problem, Patrice Motsepe and CAF. Otherwise, it will remain a problem. Whew! I don't even know how to say goodbye to you guys. When I come here and talk to you guys like we're a family, So I don't even know how to just jump up and say, I'm done, let me go, but I gotta go. Charles, please let us all drop support for this coming NFF election, I also might not qualify again for 2030 World Cup. Harsh reality. Yeah, we can only do what we can do, but you and I won't vote. So this is what I can do. Push out knowledge, push out information. Let people hold their state FA chairman accountable because the state FA chairman, they constitute the most part of the board. So talk to them, let them know, Akwa Ibom, I'm from Akwa Ibom. What is the state of football in Akwa Ibom? If it's not good because the NFF isn't giving direction, then I should be able to talk to my state FA chairman to say, let's change it. Let's not do this the way people used to do it and all of that. But hey, don't we all know Nigeria? Talk is cheap. Anyway, I'm glad I've been able to put out some information as regards this whole CAF drama with Senegal and Morocco, and it's important we put it out there because this is our own football. I mustn't just let it, keep struggling the way it is struggling. Once again, I must say thank you to everyone that takes time to come on my live stream to support, engage and all of that. I appreciate you. Maybe, because I'm not so good with coming live, maybe I'll try to be back tomorrow, but don't forget to engage with other videos, content that you see on my YouTube channel, and push out the word. Fridays, I like opening it up. So if I come tomorrow, I'll open it up. You can come up, you can talk to me. Let's see ways that we can, do it for the love of the game. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate the love, and I will see you guys around again.